My first baseball game was in San Isidro, but then I grew up playing basically my whole childhood in Tijuana, in Liga Municipal de Béisbol. Being back and forth, playing on both sides of the border, you get to play so many more games because you're in Little League in Chula Vista area, and then you're Little League in Tijuana, so you get 2 Little Leagues the same year, so you get double the games that everybody gets. They're playing over 200 games a year. One of the things that always sticks with me is when I came to the US at the end of 4th grade, not knowing a word of English was really tough. But by 6th grade, I started kind of speaking English and kind of being able to get acquainted with my classmates. And by 7th grade, I was kind of like feeling comfortable again. So, but all that is part of who I am and what made me. When you're lower level minor leagues, you have a lot of Latin players that don't speak a word of English. And some of them, even in the major leagues, still don't speak English. But more prevalent, it's in the minor leagues where you have to be that translator, that person that's helping communicate what he wants to the coaches, especially because most of the coaches are English speaking only. A lot of things are lost in translation where you can be assistants or you can help and not. If the person says the wrong thing or does the wrong thing, not because he's trying to, but just because he doesn't know the language, it can be misinterpreted, and then maybe he doesn't get called up for that reason or whatever it is. A lot of them do get homesick because of the language barrier, especially when they're not on the baseball field. You just don't want anybody to ever feel uncomfortable, kind of like how I felt in 4th grade. You don't want that feeling. So, and a lot of these kids are 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, and so they're young and they don't know separation from their childhood. So I was a bridge between the 2 cultures for sure. Being that person there was always something that I always enjoyed doing. I don't think anybody really understands the full spectrum of what each player goes through. I've played with Cuban, Dominican, Venezuelan players, and the memories I have are like in rookie ball. When I first signed, I was fortunate enough to get a really good signing bonus out of high school. So when I went to rookie ball, which is the lowest level you can be in, I would say 80% of the players don't really get signing bonuses, and they come from low-income households that they don't have money. At the time, our paychecks were about $400 every 2 weeks, and we had to all get together and pay for rent, pay for food, and kind of live off of that money, right? I would cover a lot of these kids' rent and food so they could send money home. They'll just go and buy the cheapest food they can find in the market so they don't spend on food, so they can send money home. But again, a good meal nutrition can help their development versus impede their development. And now MLB's understanding it a little bit, so they've raised the minor league salaries. Those are all things that come into factor that a lot of people that are not in baseball will never understand.